Hey, you guys, what's up? I'm Pavani J, CEO and founder of Exquisite PR Firm. I'm the host of Exquisite Conversation that comes on Thursday nights, Friday nights now at 10 p.m. And then also the host of Winding Down, Late Night Conversation that comes on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys know how we do it here. We do it like we do it every week. I'm going to say who I have to the left of me, and he's going to roll it on out. And we got a special guest tonight, you guys. We got J Menace from Chicago. We're going to talk some stuff, get down and see what's happening, y'all, and make some noise out here. So, again, I'm Pavani J, and to the left of me, I have
King Jacob, Kennard Music Management, Kennard Media, also the host of the Chatterbox with King Jacob and the Big Mouth Media Podcast. Welcome. And to the bottom of me, I have
J Menace. Y'all already know Chicago's own. The legendary, the man, the myth, the legend. Nah, let me stop it.
Yes, do that. Do that. That's what we're giving up here at Winding Down, Late Night Conversation, you guys. While we're doing this, we keep it all the way real here. Things happen. Nothing's perfect. Jacob, see if you can pull those things down for me, because I don't like that. Yeah, thank you. So we got the J Menace himself. You guys, you got a new release out, a new album. You making hits after hits after hits. Let's talk about it. What's going on with it?
As far as the album, man, A Night to Purge. By far my best work to date. I've been going crazy about it. I was running myself ragged about it, just comparing it to everything, man. But the feedback has been crazy, phenomenal. Y'all going out and y'all streaming it, so I appreciate it. Shout out to every fan, everybody who has been buying the album. Continue to buy it, continue to run it up, man. I'm excited though. It's doing numbers. So I'm about to do something tonight.
That's what's up. So with that, what did you have? Let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about what made you want to get into the music industry. How did all of that happen?
What made me want? I think I always really liked music. Like to be 100, I remember, and I've told the story on a bunch of interviews. Like when I was homeless, like me and my cousin Terrence, we were going to like the pantry. And we would take like a radio and we'd have an instrumental and we'd just like record like hella crazy freestyles, right? Like, and I've been doing that since I was like 10. So I don't know. It's kind of always been in me to write. Like it's always been in me. But when I was 16 and I got my first deal, that's when I was like, I can do this. And yeah, it's been out to the races since then. I don't know how to do nothing else. I don't know what I'd do without it. So.
Okay. So when you say that means you've never had a real like job, like 9 to 5.
Oh no, let's not get twisted. I've had jobs. I no cap, no stunt. So I did my thing in the streets. I had my time there. But when my first daughter was born, I'd never forget her mom was like, yo, like you gotta promise me that, you know, now that she born, you gotta leave the streets alone, you gotta do something different. And so I don't know why. It was just easy for me at that point. I was like, all right, cool. And so now I had to figure it out. I had to figure how to be legit. So no, I've had some jobs along the way. When I say I don't know how to do nothing else, it's like I don't really fit the job role. I'm more of an entrepreneur and things like that. But as far as a talent and a occupation and a real career, I don't know nothing else besides music. So.
Okay. We see it. You look the part. You look just like you fit in. You fit in with the rest of them. So, you know, I'm pretty sure you rocking. So I just heard you say that you were homeless. A lot of people don't think that the game is real out here. And even before the game, or before they see the chains, or before they see the true religion or the Kanye West shoes or whatever, tell them what it's like before that. Like, what happened? And how are you homeless?
Well, both of my parents was on drugs. I haven't seen my real father since June of '96. But my mom, she was on drugs. Like she was on crack, and she was alcoholic as well. So I remember from like I have memories from when I was 3, right? And my mom would leave me in the crib for like days on end, and we'll be gone. And you know, just from moving there, moving house to house, and eventually you run out of favors, and then we started living in shelters. But what's crazy is it was so normal to me. I never really wore that on my sleeve. Like I never really felt like it was anything. I look back on it now like that's crazy, but I don't know. I was poor most of my life, so like I didn't really, it didn't really bother me like that. It just was what it was. So any shelter in Chicago, I probably stayed there or stayed by it, out west or out south.
Interesting. And the fact that you say that you didn't know the difference, I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that. Because how do you know the difference when this is what you come from? When this is what it is, you don't know the difference. So you haven't seen your father since 1996. How about your mother? How's she doing now? Is she?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't hold no punches. I don't really rock with my mom like that. Like we had a falling out. I want to say this is like 2 years ago. And I just got to the point where it's not really a need. I wanted her around my kids more so, for them to know her. And I don't prevent her from being around, but it's just like all the drama and, my mom still got a lot going on. So it's just, I love her, but some people you got to love from a distance. So that's what that's at.
I mean, I definitely understand what you're saying, as well as so many others out here. When it's like that, it's like that. And as long as there's love there, and you love her. I mean, some people you can't save. If you've ever been around them tables or you ever heard anything, they say some will not recover due to mental whatever. And, the fact that you're here right now doing big things and you have something going for yourself and you're able to, change the narrative for your girls to see. That's what the major part is, and the most miraculous part, and the part that I commend you for. And
I appreciate that.
Last week about generational curses. And so when we can say you walking in the walk that you walking in, that was called breaking a generational curse, so your children will be able to see a better life. Yeah, I tip my hat to you. Salute, brother.
And one thing I want to say, I hope you don't mind.
Come on.
Shout out to my uncle too. Because when I tell this story, I don't want to tell it as if, it was nobody there, because there were people along the way where without him, I probably would be dead or in jail. Like the first time I went to DCFS, like my uncle stayed in the burbs. He stayed in Country Club Hills, and then he moved to Matson. In my mind, or everybody's mind, he was rich, right? Like if you had a house and some grass, he was rich. So
right.
I would go over his crib like on the weekends, like some summers I would go out there. He got me out of DCFS like a couple times. And I actually lived with him for like 2 years when I got older. So I can't tell that story without saying what part he did in it too. He did a lot to make sure that it didn't go too far left. And when, I needed saving or something, like he was there. Like he got me out of jail. He put my bond money up and everything, man. So like I can't, I can't say that it was just like whatever and nobody was there ever. Like, so shout out to my Uncle Henry. That's like my pops almost. So
wow. Uncle Henry, shout out to you. We commend you for stepping up and being the man in his life. And again, we were just speaking about this today. I was just talking to somebody earlier, like, people don't understand that when you have boys or when you have men in your life, as well as women, young ladies need to see a role model. They need to see a woman and how she does things and how she navigates and how she moves, so that she won't become a certain way, just as well as young men. Women, we cannot show them how to be a man. So when there's Father's Day, I am that one who says, to the fathers who are fathers and to the fathers who are trying to be fathers, I'm a big promoter of men, because my kid's father, stepped up and did what he had to do when I was going through. So I definitely tip my hat to the men, who step in and do their thing, in spite of, without asking for nothing, just because they genuinely love you, it's some men can really love for real sometimes, and people don't understand that. The new wave, the new era, people don't think that, or you hear a lot of women bashing men for whatever the reasons may be. I've done it too. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, they've gotten on my last damn nerve. But they man, when they do have their head on right and they are somebody, man, it's definitely some men that you can walk in the room and feel the testosterone in the presence of a man. It'll make a woman be humble.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, salute to you then. Salute to you.
Thank you.
Sound like you got your stories and your battle, battle styles too.
Man, listen. when somebody gives me a platform and they tell me to be honest, I'm going to be rigorously honest, because with that being said, hey Myrna, that's my girl. She's always here. Myrna, this is J Menace. Go out and get his music. He's
what up?
Now. She's always supporting, and I thank you for that. She brings a twin, and identical twin, and tribe, and that's my girl. So yeah, like when you tell that story and people look at you on a visual, no one will probably know that. You look very humble. When I met you the very first time, I was like, where, I didn't understand. Like, I thought that you were, had maybe Jay-Z or Kanye West behind you or somebody. I'm looking for everybody else when I saw you. I was like, okay. So, and that was a few years ago. That was like, that might have been, I don't know, maybe like 2000. The very first time I saw you, I think it might have been 2017.
Really? I didn't know that.
No, I wasn't going to tell you either. I was just going to wait, and then I was going to start throwing little things out there, and you're going to be like, really? And I'm like, yeah. So I have been following that tribe for a little while. And just the people and because I didn't know how to get myself in. I didn't know how to navigate myself in, because Chicago don't play. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's hard out here.
Like that.
You hear me? It is. It's hard out here. I don't know what else to say, man. You are awesome. You're amazing. I'm gonna let come on with these real music questions, Mr. 1997.
All right. Jay, I just, the audience want to know, and for those who don't know, want to know, who is J Menace?
That's a tough question, bro. Who is J Menace? What point are we talking about? How much time we got?
We got all night if you want.
I mean, to keep it a buck, man, I'm a humble dude, but let me keep it a buck. I'm a humble beast at the end of the day. Respect before anything, because when you come from nothing, all I ever had was my name. Like, so the demeanor that I give off is that I'm laid back, but I'm not about to mess around with you. I ain't about to play. And we spoke in private. Like, I'm big on respect. Anybody that know me, like, we ain't taking no shorts. But I don't think I get enough credit for this. So let me say this: I love though too, man. Like, for real, like, because I feel for anybody that's really in the trenches, and I know what it's like to be hungry. I know what it's not like not to have nothing, for men, for women, for all of that, man. So like, I got a big heart. I just ain't no sucker, like, so I don't know. It's kind of hard to really sum me up in the words. I think I'm kind of eclectic. If you had to put one word on me, eclectic will be the word. I don't think the way the world think. I think the greatest gift that we have is choice, right? Like, so I choose to experience life on a different basis every day. I choose to be a learner. My dude that adopted me said, be a seeker of knowledge. Like, so not to be cliche or not to sound like profound to be on the soapbox, but I believe in that. Like, I believe in educating yourself and that we constantly are changing. So You know, don't put me in a box. You know, I'm a evolving man. There we go. That's a long-winded answer, but I got there. I brought it home at the end.
Yeah. So you know, most black men in their own right are long-winded like pastors anyway.
Yeah, you know.
So, and so it's okay. You know what I mean? So I was listening to some on TikTok, and I always go to my man Jay Prince page, you know, on a rap a lot, and he said, man, we given two things every day we wake up: a chance and a choice.
There you go.
You know what I mean? A chance and a choice. So we know who J Menace is. You know, you described you in a nutshell, but who is J Menace, the recording artist? Who is J Menace, the music influencer?
Yo, like I am. If people can't tell, I'm super competitive. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. Like I will lose sleep over competition. Like if I'm on the track and somebody said somebody had one bar better than me or anything, I'm like I will lose sleep. People can testify to this seriously. But no, I'm serious about my craft. I'm serious about what I write. I'm serious about people who hear it. I'm not sensitive to it though. I like it raw and rugged. Like if it's trash, say it's trash, because for years people told me I was trash, like before I got to this point. Like for years I didn't have a voice, they said. Then it was like you need to write better, then the production wasn't right. So it was just years of hearing no, nah, they ain't gonna do it. Somebody else need to do it. For years people told me I should write for other people. So I think I carried that mentality with me right now. Like, so even when people telling me the album is good, in my mind, I'm convincing myself like, oh, they don't think it's okay. Y'all don't think it's number one though. I ain't your number one rapper. Okay, it's not enough. I'm like MJ in that sense. I'm gonna create some competition where it may not be none.
It's funny you say that. I was talking to my man, right? I was like, man, my man from New York. I was like, man, listen to this intro by J Menace. He listened to it. He told me he listened to it 3 times.
Okay.
He's like, man, who he talking to? I said, what do you mean? He said, who he talking to, bro? Like, man, he got a slick mouth, bro. Like, who he talking to? like who kicked him off? I said, man, you know, that's what I told him. I said, man, this hip hop is very competitive, man. So, you know, if like you from New York, Jay-Z and JD Kiss got some of the slickest mouths in the world, bro.
What?
And they ain't gotta be talking to nobody. They just rap slick like that. So, you know, I like your style, man. You don't hold no punches, you know, when you're in that booth. So it's either they like it, they love it, or leave it. You know what I mean? So
there you go.
Yeah. So let's go back to your group when you guys was what, you was like 16, 17, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that one. Yeah, I had 2 groups. That was the first one. Yeah.
Okay, so how did that group get formed? Like, were you guys all just rapping in a cipher and be like, yo, man, all us hot? I mean, we should just link up and form a group.
Like, nah, believe it or not, shout out to my little brother, King Quan, man. So we were in 8th grade, and me and Quan was writing, and we would just write at the lunch table, and we spit these raps. And I remember one of the teachers had overheard our rap, and so he was like, you know, if y'all ever want to really record this, I set up, you know, I got a place y'all could do it. So we went and did a song. We spreading it around the school. It was a thing, and then it became. I ran into a guy named Michi. He stayed over in Inglewood, not far from us. And I don't know, we just started rapping together, and it became a thing. And we formed Blackout. That was the name of the group. And we went in that booth, and we was just recording songs. And tell you how raw it was, we had no choruses. We was just recording like 5-minute songs with straight verses, like all 3 of us. And we got a deal, and we wasn't looking for no deal. We didn't really even care about it. I don't even think we knew where we was going with it. We just, the fact that we was hearing ourselves on record was a big deal. So that's kind of how that started.
Okay. So upon you having a group, are you and the guys still connected, and you know, are the other members still doing music as well?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know about Michi. I haven't talked to Michi in years, but Quan is my brother. Like that's my brother, brother. So like he don't really do music like that no more. He quote unquote retired, but yeah, you know, bro is bro. So
Right. So I'm surprised you haven't not woken up that inner beast in him, since you all over the place and you dropping this fire, you know.
Well, I have. Every time he listen to it, and he keep me driving. Like that's the most competitive dude with me in my life. But he hear it, and this is the first time I can't make this up. This is the first time where he was saying we always been on the same level. He hear it and be like, I can compete with that. I can do this. But now he hear me, and a lot of people been saying the same thing. It's like, yo, you hitting a different level right now. Like that's something different. Like it's bigger than just you rapping the words. Like it sound like you found your groove. Like, and in that sense, he's like, I don't even want to compete with it. He's like, I want you to take off. Like, so if I say that, if I had the biggest supporter, it probably would be my brother. Like, I don't care what I'm doing. Like, bro, like be in tune with it. So
Okay. That's dope. So upon you having that group, y'all was just in the booth and just loving your craft, and you struck a record contract with an independent label, correct?
yeah.
Okay. And so how was that run for you?
It was terrible. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. No, it was terrible, bro. Like it sound good when you say I was signed. Just be like, yeah, I'm signed to this label. Nothing came out of it. We got a T-shirt, we got a hat with the label name on it, and I don't remember nothing else, man. Like we got some studio time. We probably did a totality of maybe 8 to 10 songs, and really that was it. We was promised all these things, and none really came up. We did one show. Let me not count them out. We did one show.
Okay. So upon you guys moving on from that, you say you was in another group, right?
Yeah, Rumors. Yes,
Okay.
Okay, you sound like you happy about that one. So
I mean, if you say Rumors in Chicago, they know, and I stand on that. If you say that it's an acronym. Actually, it stands for relying upon music over regular. You know what? You know, and big love to my bro Goonie. He's no longer with us. But that was his concept. And really, I just switched over from Universal. I just left Universal, and I remember talking to Thad Lou, big underground recording artist in Chicago, and I'm like, man, I really just want to assemble a group of people who got their own following already. They already dope. We ain't got to do none of that, and we just gonna come together. And I'm like, if everybody can come together and believe in what I'm saying, we're gonna do shows every week. We're gonna turn Chicago upside down. And that's what we did. We was doing 3 or 4 shows every week. And we was going crazy. And that group was dope. It consisted of me, Thad Lou, my bro Quan, I was just telling you about, King Quan, Miss Legit, and Goonie. And nobody could beat us in the stage performance. We won pretty much every competition we was in. And unfortunately, just due to the personalities and everything, it kind of fell apart at the end. We had $1 million deal on tape, and it fell apart at the end. You know, people started feeling themselves and was like, you know, I need to talk to this and need to, you know, it just went where it was, what happens with a lot of groups. But that's my family to this day. Like, and everybody who continued to do music out of that made a name. I'm not me without rooms. To keep it a buck, I have no buzz without rooms. Thad Lou made his bread. He's still making bread. He gets to travel and do his thing. I'm nothing. So that that was a life changer for us.
Okay.
We
So,
can't get hard without you got fans. You got fans. Dirty South is on here. If you can look at the screen, she already talking to you. And then she has a question.
Hey, what up?
Next question.
What my next video looking like? Actually, I'm gonna let y'all in. I'm gonna let y'all in tune. It's gonna be chains. And we gonna shoot that this Saturday actually. And it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. A lot of visual effects. It's gonna be showing the transition actually from, that rag to riches type story. I got myself back right. I done trimmed up, shredded up a little bit. So I'm gonna do the sexy thing, I'm gonna gloss myself up. I'm gonna have the chains on, and I'm gonna go crazy with that. But now we're gonna have fun with it though. It's gonna be epic though.
There you go, Dirty South. There you go. And with that being said, you guys got any anybody out there listening? We got any Chicago dance groups? Okay, you guys DM me. I was busy today. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on Facebook because I need something to do as far as research. But if you guys are listening, any Chicagoland, anybody in Illinois, any dance groups, men, women, everybody has to be of age, of 18, adults. But major dance groups, hit me up in my DM, and I'll follow up with probably a live video after this, and talk to you guys for a minute. Me and Team Exquisite will, but it's pertaining to a video shoot for J Menace. So if you guys video shoot, you guys, you know what I'm saying? Holler at your girl, talk to me, and we can see what we can make happen. Now we can continue on with the show. Sounds fun. Look, they ain't already talking to you. Check it out.
Okay, all right.
So
hit me up. I'm with it.
Yeah, Dirty South is definitely Dirty South is a client of somebody that's with the team. They manage her, and she's hot. So you see,
hit me up. We can talk about it.
There you go, Dirty South. Plug.
And so, actually, Jay, I'm actually waiting on one of my homegirls from Chicago, my homegirl, Naja. She worked at one of the biggest performing art schools in Chicago. So I'm waiting on her to hit me back. And, they got all type of stuff going on. So I'm pretty sure.
We need to talk about it, like, because people wondering, like, man, what y'all talking about? We need to go ahead, just go ahead and drop the bomb, man. Y'all, we like almost sort of dry snitching right now. We dry snitching and stuff. We might as well just go ahead and drop it then.
Exquisite PR firm. We welcome J Menace to the team. We are the PR firm who will be making noise for him from the East Coast to the West Coast to the center of the states. And we got Murray over there in Quebec and Dubai who will be taking the things international. Those people who did not wait and be patient. We want to welcome J Menace. You guys want to see what we can do. We're going to do everything we can, do the best we can. 90-day run.
100.
I'm happy about the choices and the decisions that he's made, but I am the background, and things will be put out there. J Menace will have a website coming soon. You guys will be able to go through his website. You're ready to purchase his products. He'll have his products back going here shortly. T-shirts, pants, socks, drawers, whatever it is he sells, it'll be on his website.
You know what?
J Menace draws. Hey.
My son is Born Hungry. Born Hungry apparel. Born Hungry got underwear. Born Hungry got socks too. So I figure why not get you some J Menace underwear? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I might look into that. Have some J Menace underwear.
And he sells them for $20 too. I was like, a pair? You don't get a pack? He was like, no, them $20 a pair. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I had, like how they feel. We wanted to know about the material. And I mean, people rocking the Born Hungry underwear. I'm like, okay.
All right.
Good. Like,
shout out to Born Hungry then.
Right. Y'all might be able to do something. Might get me maybe a brand ambassador or something. See what we could do. I don't know. So,
I'm with it.
I want to know, about this one question, no, two questions that's pertinent to me in my mind when I think about you being in the game so long. And I think about just because I've been listening to the music and I've been listening how, you know how sometimes you listen to rap. And just because I come from Run DMC age, you know, I'm old school. I'm kind of old. Run DMC and LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee and, you know, all those guys. And so when I listen to music for the words, make sure they're clear, but I also listen to them for a beat. So I got a different ear for music, and I'm not hearing the same beat or the same nostalgia on each track, which is a good thing. That's a good thing, you know. And I'm like, man, he ain't rocking the same, because you know you hear some people and it's just like the same beat, and you're like, damn, did he get that from what's the name? You almost be confused about who the song is before it come on. So, and the words are very clear. You're not drowning out. So I'm like, man, I wonder have you ever played an instrument?
No, I have not, but I have made beats. I kind of got that Kanye effect. Like, you know how you know exactly how you want to hear it. I don't know why music came natural to me like that. I can hear everything in a beat. And I used to make beats that way. So I would have people around me that could play instruments because I know what I want to hear and I know how I want it to sound. And I know when it's off, I can tell you all of that. But no, I've never played myself.
Okay. So the next question is already answered then. Because usually when someone can play an instrument, they can either read the music or they play by ear or they play by vibe. So you don't do an instrument. So then, well, that doesn't necessarily mean you can't read music. Now that's interesting because some people can do that, can read music, but can't play an instrument. I don't know.
Nope.
It's hard.
I can't read no music either. But but again, like it's crazy how I've been around people that's been making beats for years, like 20 years, and it's just different aspects. And they say like, yeah, I don't know, else it's one of them things, else you got it or you don't. You can just hear it. Like, and for a minute, I was 3 seconds away from being a producer because I used to sell beats and I was making good money selling beats. And a lot of people was trying to tell me I should have went that way, but I just like I paused on that to focus on my craft more.
Okay. So you got huge fans up here. They're huge fans, but they respect your hustle most of all. So these people know that your music is bumping down south. That's Arizona, Texas, in the southern land. And that's kind of interesting to me how the South took a hold of your music, and we're right here in Chicago. But I also started down south and then navigated here recently within the last 4 or 5 years. So what type of mentality or what mind state did you have when that took a hold like that? When you realized that you were like a star down south?
I was more shocked than anything. I was a little pissed off the first time I found out about it, to be honest. And not pissed because people like my stuff down there, but pissed because I'm like, how I'm blowing up or how they bumping me down there and y'all don't love me here. Like I did every show you could think of here, and I did it free. I took rides, I took buses to places. I shed blood here, and I wasn't getting love here. So I felt some type of way about that for a minute. And for a minute, I refused to do shows in Chicago because I'm like, man, if y'all ain't gonna love me, I'm gonna go where they love me. But now looking at it now, like, no, that's a blessing. I'm glad it started down there, and I'm glad it, made its way back up here. So now I love being down south. I definitely love Arizona because before ATL or anybody was rocking my music, Arizona showed me a lot of love, just to keep it a buck. So shout out to Arizona. It's a lot of talented people down there, and they was rocking with me down there.
Yeah. So when you think about your music and where your music's at and how you're doing your music in the future, we know about the acting, we know about all those things, and we know, it comes natural. Some things just come natural to an artist. It just comes natural to 50 Cent. it just comes natural to Ice Cube. So those things come natural. So later on down the line, do you think about starting a label and maybe signing people of your own?
For sure. I definitely could see myself doing that just because I like business too. I like business, and I like to pass on game. But none of us want to do nothing for free, so game gonna cost you, youngin. To keep it a buck. But I can see myself doing that. Like when I'm where I want to be and got the ducks in a row for sure.
And is there anyone that you want to do? Who do you want to do? Maybe get them on a mixtape with you, or maybe jump on one with them. And who's somebody that's hot? Like not anybody that's don't give me any C-listers or somebody that you want to blow up. Tell me somebody that you want to maybe rock with. Maybe have produce your next album. Who would it be?
This is gonna shock everybody except for the people who know me. Eminem, 100%.
That ain't shocking, bro.
No. You'd be surprised how many haters that man got, but
he got a lot, but that ain't shocking to me.
Why do they hate on Eminem? He tells everybody he only got one shot to blow.
I can tell you why. Because if we know anything about hip hop music started for the black culture and for the community. And so for him to be a white boy and he come in the game and get all these accolades, they don't feel like he know what it is to be a black man walking on American soil. So a lot of people ain't cool with that, especially the true hip hop head that hold their fist up for the culture. They ain't cool with that.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is.
That's 100. But what I tell people, I was like, man, some of the people that them same hip hop heads worship, like Run DMC, Rakim, Tribe Called Quest, any of them, they all pay homage to this man. So I was like, in the same breath, I'm like, you can't be a real hip hop head and not appreciate what that man has done for this game. And don't talk to me about him being white, because if that's the case, I know 1,000 white rappers that came after him and they ain't touched him. They can't shine his boots. So at the end of the day, that's a dope man with that pen. That's a dope man with that pen. And a lot of my style was influenced by him. So like, I always, and here's the crazy part. I'm not trying to get on there to be a fan and all of that. Even though, like, bro, I'm truly am a fan. If we got on the track together, I want to try to murder this man. I will spend literally a month writing this verse. I'm not doing no other song. Don't bring nothing past me. I'm focusing. I will write 17 different verses just to make sure like he wouldn't take off on me. I would do it for the competition.
What if Eminem was listening to this right now? He heard this. What would that do? What if Squizzy was connected to Eminem and nobody knew?
I'm ready. Let's get him on here. Get him on. Let me talk to him.
So amazing. I ain't no telling who Jacob. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Jacob was shocking. Like, wait, what? Jacob got some things behind those glasses. I don't know why he be acting like, he be kind of, but I guess that's the game. Everybody keeps it.
Hey man, Jay, I'm just Jacob, man. Respectfully, I'm just Jacob. That's all.
You don't look like
he's a silent assassin. I see you.
That's just what it is. I promise you, it's just a look. He'll pull somebody's hat and you'll be like, really? Like, how long was you gonna hold that in? But okay.
But Jay, in this game, when you really good to people, man, and you don't do people dirty, man. Like, I got relationships that I built in 2000, and they'll hit me up. Some people I ain't, like this year, a couple of people who I ain't talked to in over 15 years. Be like, hey man, Jay, I want to get back with you. 22 coming, man, and we need to, definitely link back up. And it's just because when you really do people, solid, people really, really remember that, especially in this music business, man. Because everybody in this music business is not gonna do you a solid.
That's why.
And that's facts, So
hey Miss Gina, look, hey Miss Gina, I was just speaking hypothetically. She like, get him on here. You don't know. Get him on here.
What's up, Miss Gina? What's going on?
Hey, Miss Gina. Yeah, so just and the before we go, you had a clothing brand. What is the name of what's the name of your clothing brand that'll be coming back out when you get where you're going with it?
The original clothing line was Be Legendary. And people around Chicago probably will remember this. If you were in Chicago and you ever saw that shirt to say "I love Black people," small I, heart kind of faded out, Black people, like that was actually our design. And
Oh,
we took that idea. I think we saw that clothing brand for that was me and my adopted father. We saw that for like $100,000, and they took the rights to that and did whatever they did with it. But now I'm about to be coming back with J Menace apparel, and it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be bigger, better. We about to throw some underwear in there apparently. We're gonna be doing socks apparently and whatever. So we're gonna do it all.
just some major connects and people. You wouldn't be just to have an imagination when you're an artist. Like it's some people. We got some artists. We got California. Over in California, we got the models. We got a lot of things going on that people had no idea, and they still have no idea because I don't say everything about everything, and I kind of sit back and watch things navigating and how things move. But we got a lot of love for everybody, a lot of love for the people in Chicago and all the artists. And I really, truly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, just rapping, period, is an art. For someone to be able to flow and say things off the top of their brain just to a beat and make it sound good is just magnificent. It's just an art. I don't even know what else to say about it. And if you just pay attention to some of the things that people say, it's like Eminem, like Jay-Z. We're gonna go back to Tupac. We can go back to Biggie. We can go back to these people who were like literally telling the stories. And so when I listen to Chains, that's where you put me. You took me back home. You took me back to when I was, hanging out where I shouldn't have been, or staying out late, or when I was, y'all remember the Honeycomb Hideout? When I was in the Honeycomb Hideout and they was playing that 3-6 Mafia and all these people. Last night I'm selling dope. Can't even remember his name, but just that took me back because you were telling a story. And so I had to pay attention to it again and listen to the words. And I was just like, wow, who walked over or who left J Menace? Yeah. And I wonder what they say now, because J Menace isn't the J Menace that he was 7 years ago or 8 years ago. We change every 5 to 6 to 7 years. So the person you are now is different and you're a grown man. So I wonder, have you had anyone come back to you and tap you on your shoulder and say, hey, I know back, in the day I had, but right now I can, have you had anybody do that to you yet?
Yeah, more than I'm comfortable with. I got so used to people hating and saying whatever, and then that this form of love that I've been getting is almost foreign to me. So I'm trying to learn how to really accept it and not take it sideways. Because when you're from Chicago, you feel like somebody always trying to talk to you sideways. Like they be like, "Yeah, you hot," and you be like, "What you mean I'm hot? Like what that's supposed to mean? Like you trying to be funny? Like like." And you so it's trying to dig out of that mind frame and really accept it. Really accept it.
He's telling the truth, because in Chicago, it's almost like you have to be careful how you approach people in Chicago or say anything, and you like almost walking on thin ice, or you feel like you're in a bubble. I do anyway, because you don't know what to say. You don't know, someone, you might not try to offend them and they get offended, or they feel offended and you're like, huh? You know what I mean? When you come from the suburbs. So life is like, and we're like 20 minutes away from each other. So just that 20 minutes makes a whole heap of a deal as far as the lifestyles almost sometimes.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
But
So
plenty. I mean, to answer your question directly, yeah, like many of people are saying that. But more important, it's important to me that the people that are saying it, because some of them people are still where I used to be, still in the trenches. Like, so to have somebody in the trenches that's really in the street, that's really still struggling and still doing that, just like, yo, like I see you, or yo, like I'm proud of you, or yo, like I know where you came from, like you was across the street, bro, like keep going, like you doing your thing, or like I got your album. That's everything to me. Like, everybody say it from a cliche, I'm serious though. That's everything to me. Like, so yeah, I got people saying.
Okay.
That's different though, Jake. Cause where I'm from and how I was raised below the Mason-Dixon line down south. If they say, yo, bro, I see you, man. That's what's up. And then they might say, oh, and the older people see you too. We all root for you. They like genuinely mean that. Like no strings attached. And they genuinely be like, man, whatever I can do to add to your campaign, let me know. Whether it's passing out a flyer for you, whether it's, them involving you in a youth basketball tournament or something like that, and they have you the guest performer or the guest speaker, and they slide you some cash for coming through just off the love, because a lot of times the entertainers don't want that, but they just take out what we call the love donation and just slide you a little something, you know what I mean? So it's definitely some and this is what I want to say about Chi-Town, man. Listen, tonight I got my man from New York. He tagged me in something. He was like, man, listen. He was like, Jay, there's some gems out there, man. Some hidden gems out there. He said, but a lot of times we don't see them, man, because it's just so much going on, and they don't want to really come outside. But man, listen, man, y'all got some gems, man. Especially when it comes to that neo soul, y'all got some gems.
Oh, 100.
Yeah, man. So, well, I'm gonna rewind back to you. So, before the group's Rumors, you had a deal with Universal, right? So, man, Jay, let's jump into something for these indie artists who quote unquote don't know but think they know. So let's talk about that deal with Universal, and let's talk about why that deal with Universal made you be like, I'm just gonna go independent. I ain't got time for the BS. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about
that. Well, the way the deal came about, it was like a connect off another connect. Because previous to that, I had like this distribution deal with Def Jam. And so some of the same A&R people that was over there ended up going over to Universal, and they had kind of remembered me. And we sat down and we had a deal, and I'm gonna tell you how trash this deal was. I was just naive at the time, but it was like $100,000. It was like 4 albums, which is absurd, like ridiculous. And so I recorded, I signed a deal. That was one, because I was just excited to be signed to Universal. So in my mind, I had people in my ear telling me, like, that don't mean nothing. Just record your albums, make your money off your shows. And I remember I recorded a decent amount of songs, and they wouldn't. When I say I couldn't get in contact with these people weren't answering my calls. It didn't feel like I was signed. I was in the same place. I wasn't making no money. All I can say is that I'm a Universal artist. So what I had in the contract, and I made sure I had in there, was an opt-out clause. And a part of that opt-out clause was, you had to give them at least a month set up, 30-day notice of like, yo, I'm about to get out of this contract. Any money that I had spent from that $100K had to be returned. So all studio, whatever, that's what I would have owed them. And that was another thing. That $100K was supposed to cover my video, studio, all that. This is how absurd it is. And they owned all the rights to that music. So I didn't record a whole lot. I might have did like 10 songs. And then when I kind of figured out what the vibe was, this was over the course of about 6 months. No, it was about a year. After about a year, I just was like, I'm out. Y'all can keep the music. I really didn't owe them anything at that point. Like, only thing I did was studio. I didn't record no videos, none of them. I was doing my own thing outside of it. But nobody even cared. Like, I don't think nobody cared when they signed me. I don't think nobody cared when I left at the time. It was just something attached to my name. The same A&R that signed me, I couldn't even get in contact with him.
I'm pretty sure they didn't care when you signed you, so they thought that you were gonna be one like most artists that go through the $100,000 in a month. And you know, upon that, man, you know, with them not being, but usually a 4-album deal is worth about 1.5 million to 3.5 million. You know what I mean? And so for them to give you, they gave you a single. That's a single deal. People get $100,000 for one single, for one record, and they get $100,000. And so they wanted you to do 4 albums for $100,000. So you pretty smart though. I'm gonna give you your flowers and give you your jewels right now, bro. Because
that was my bump on the head though, bro. Like, I had to be around people to tell me how trash that was. Like, I had to be around and listen. I had to listen to people too. Like, so it wasn't just from my own knowledge. Like, you know, I had to listen to people like, man, don't spend that money. Man, don't go and do this. Like, that's. And then when people told me like, man, you need $1 million to push a dope out. Yeah. Like, you need at least that's the bare minimum you need to push an album. It's like they got you on 4 for 100,000. So it made 100,000 seem super small. And now that I've been in the game, that would have been crazy. I probably still would have been there. Like right now, that's crazy.
Yeah. So upon you talking about the $1 million, so $1 million, man, out of that 1 million, I'm going to say an artist to really blow like an artist is supposed to blow, they need to spend out of that 1 million at least $50K on music marketing every quarter.
100.
Every quarter, man. You know, because I remember when I used to talk to Cash Out Mom, you know, when he first came out some years ago, she told me that how he blew up is they went through Register My Music, and which they have a lot of radio campaigns. Like Wayne used their campaigns when Drake first came out. So she did a $9,000 campaign, which gave him like a 12-week campaign, about 2,500 to 3,000 spins every week, and that's on FM, satellite, college radio, internet radio, and overseas radio. And so that's how he acquired the deal with Atlantic, through that campaign. Because there were so many stations spinning his music. So when like, it's a lot of artists that get this money, man, you know, and they don't like, you know, you gotta think, man, an artist from poverty, man, and they get 2.5 million and they have no type of financial mindset or no financial investor, or they don't, and their parents don't understand what to do with that type of money because they never had it. So instead of them thinking about investing it back into music and taking that first 100, taking another $100,000 and building their own tour, you know what I mean, and having you know, some artists on the tour where you make the tour for, like, so upon that, man, like they'll probably go through most of that money and be left with about $200,000, and they ain't did nothing for the label yet. And so therefore the label own their name, they own the rights to the music, they own everything. The clothes, all the way down to their draws. For real. You know what I mean? So you know, for you to have the opt-out clause, that was straight brilliance. For real.
Yeah. Who was that? shout out to Chris Fairbanks. That was his name. I just remember this dude's name, Chris Fairbanks. He was the one, but he was the one who I kind of had contacts with through Def Jam. He didn't work at Universal or nothing. He was just, I forget exactly what his role was, but I remember he had came with me to a couple of shows before, and I remember him telling me that he was like, any contract you sign, make sure you got an opt-out clause in it. And so really, I'm just a person that just took game from people. Like, my ego ain't too big with if you telling me something and it makes sense. Like, I don't care what I thought before. Whatever you said, if that makes sense, then I can adopt it. Like, so I'm thankful that I was just cool enough to listen. I'm brilliant enough to know I ain't brilliant. Put it that way. It's just other people who did it before and they bumped their head. If you listen to them, you can avoid a lot of potholes. So that's what I did.
Okay. Great.
So you're a person who learns from example and not experience. Some people learn from experience. People who learn from experience usually have a lot of issues, opposed to a person who learns from example. Because you learn from example, you can see it and say, no, I'm not doing that, and mean it. Because you believe that it can happen to you too. You know that you're not exempt. I was hard-headed. I had to try it until you get older and you learn that ain't the right thing to do.
100.
I was always like, well, that ain't gonna happen to me if I do it, and I'd be just in worse shape than everybody else. After a while, I got it. So it's very good that you are able to see that. My sister is the same way. She'll see somebody else go through it, and she'll be like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So if there is, like Miss Gina is saying, read them contracts.
100.
Talking about, those
I hear you, Miss Gina.
But upon reading contracts, Nicole, just a regular person can't read those contracts.
No, that's not that. No, I'm totally in agreement with you on that. We talking about straight lawyer, attorney, somebody who knows the business side of it, somebody, and also who's inclined with the music side of it. I think some attorneys aren't made for that industry, just like they have attorneys for everything, criminal justice, such and such, because that's what they specialize in. So I'm definitely in agreement with you.
Yeah, definitely. Cause that what's in that bold black print. Woo-wee. Have mercy.
Yeah.
Listen.
What's crazy is out of all of every music contract I looked at, now that I studied a lot of it, I would say only 10% of it is really what you signing up for.
That's true.
Like they give you the 90% of it to kind of throw you for a loophole. It's a lot of legal jargon that they just going on about that really don't mean too much of nothing. But 10% of it is the nitty gritty. And they put it strategically in sections because they feel like, if I hit you with all these big words and say this and that, you ain't gonna pay attention to what's really going on. So I'm definitely in tune with that. Lawyer up, get you somebody who can read it, or become astute yourself on what you signing, because man, you be signing your life away forever.
I seen it, man. I seen a lot of these guys, and they be in the studio all the time, and A&R be in town at a music showcase, and they'll like them, and they'll offer them a contract. They offer them some money too. You know what I mean? They might offer them. They might offer them $500K. You know what I mean, for like 3 or 4 albums, but upon that, man, they don't read them clauses where the label gonna recoup then some, and they gonna add interest to it,
Yeah.
and so a lot of artists. I'm gonna say this, and artists, I'm throwing shots. A lot of artists think they know, but they have no idea. No idea, man. Like that bold black print is what you just said, J Menace. It's to throw you off, to excite you, so you feel like you're unbothered. But at the same time, they know you're gonna do it because they'll first tell you either, it's a lot of money on the table. Do you have that money to put behind your music yourself? Oh yeah, they'll tell you that. You know what I mean? But them clauses where they own 80% of the masters and you might own 20, or you might own none because you ain't put up no money. You know what I mean? So with a struggling artist, they gonna take the deal. Yes, they're gonna take it, but if you're a struggling artist and you take this type of deal, you have to have somebody who understands the music business and somebody who can teach you how to invest your money financially so that you won't be hurting later on down the road. You know what I mean?
A lot of these artists is broke, man. I've been around a lot of artists, and a lot of artists that I won't even mention. But you know, I've seen a lot of people go up and down. People who are famous and all that. I know some famous artists that I've literally been sitting next to, and we've been vibing out doing whatever. And these dudes is broke. Like, you know, some of the biggest artists at the time, I knew they was pulling in like they talking about they only was making like 5 G's a month. And you like if you saw them, you think they was millionaires, but they only recouping like 5 G's a month. The rest going to the label or something. That's crazy, yo. Like you famous and you getting 5 G's a month. I know people at McDonald's make 5 G's a month. Like, you know, that's wild to me. Like so. Yeah. Like, if I can tell independent artists anything, man, like, first off, it do take money to do this. And I don't know where this thing came from. I want to dispel this. Everybody be talking about, like, oh, you paid for this or you pay for that. Everybody pay for everything, bro. Like, can we dispel this rumor? Like, everything is paid for. Like, there is no artist you see that was ever successful where they not paying for something. Like, this whole... I don't know where it came from. I don't know where the mindset came from. But
people don't pay.
Everybody paying. Everybody paying for everything.
Like, if you're not paying, how am I supposed to do this? Like,
what do you think the label doing? The label's gonna pay everybody. Like, you think these people want to spend Jay-Z records when he come back out? Like, no, Jay-Z got to cut them in. Like, if Jay-Z just came out and didn't put $1 out and made a record right now, you think he's doing 1 million copies? Like, nah, it's not going like that. That man has to pay everybody. And it just so happened he got more money than you do to spread it around. So, like, no cap to nobody, man. But let's dispel that rumor. Like, bro, you gotta pay to play.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Jay. I was on the phone with an artist earlier this morning.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, I was like, baby girl, listen here. Your manager is not supposed to pay for that. That is your spend. Your manager is supposed to negotiate for you.
Yeah.
Seal the deal for you. But when it comes to them marketing and music dollars, what do you want? Do you want a manager or you want a silent investor? Because he's not gonna do both.
100.
Right.
We need to dispel that rumor too. Your manager ain't supposed to book your shows. People don't know that. Your manager.
Okay, so tell us what people do. That's what. That's what I want y'all to do. Can you guys tell us what are the 5 things that? I'm sorry. What are the 5 things that, as an artist, as a whatever, you have? You have a manager, and what else do you have? Those are the 5 important things that you have, and their jobs. What do they do?
Manager. That's what he does. He manages.
What you already have.
Right.
What you already
have. Like, he manages what you already have. If you bring something to the table, or if your PR brings something to the table, branding, marketing, publicity. Again, artists. A PR is not a booking agent. Branding, marketing, and publicity. A booking agent books your shows.
That's 3.
A sync supervisor synchronizes your music to get in film, documentary, video games, and television.
That's 4.
A tour manager set up a tour. You give the tour manager a budget, and he set up a tour, and he make negotiations with the club owner, whether you get half a door, whether you get all the door, but you have to be a big enough artist to endure when you put it out there that you're going to sell seats. that you're going to sell tickets on Invite. And artists don't try to come to these meetings by yourself and you have no representation. So Universal want to talk to you. So if you have no lawyer with you, they're gonna have a field day with you.
It's gonna
be like flag football. You know what I mean? A field day with you. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's necessary things that you need. You know what I mean?
I think most artists too think they want not to cut you short, bro, but most artists think they want a manager, and really most of them really need to be in the realm of a PR more than management. And I think people confuse the two because people think the manager's supposed to do everything the PR is supposed to do. Like, why you not hyping me up? And like that, well, that ain't really your manager job. Like, manager job ain't really to hype you up. It's kind of like you said. I don't think it's a better way to put it. A manager's just gonna take what you got and manage it. Like, to take some of the stuff on your plate and negotiate on your behalf. That's it. That's all. It's nothing else to it. And that's all they're paying you for. And once that man get a deal, you got to cut that, once he negotiates your deal, you got to cut him off his percentage, and then y'all go about y'all way. And that's really it. Like, but yeah, I think that get confused often, bro.
And so I'll say this too, man. A lot of, and I'm gonna say this, man. Like, music is something that you study, and music art is something that you study. So I'm gonna take it back to the type of music that my daddy didn't grow up to. I'm gonna take it back to people like James Brown and Otis Redding and Sam Cooke and how they control their own masters. They negotiated. You know why? Because they knew in the chitlin circuit, all the southern states, that they're always gonna be hot. So that's why you have these southern soul artists now that's making ton of money, ton, man, like the dude Tucker charged $20,000 a show, and he's booked 4 or 5 times a week. You know what I mean? It's that Southern soul market, man. So it's always been a Southern soul market with people like Betty Wright and people like Marvin Cease and people like Roy C. The Southern soul market has always been here, but when it comes to that paperwork, man, they definitely need to understand, how it works. They need to understand how the royalty works. They definitely need to understand that if you are performing at a venue, you need to see if that venue is registered with BMI, ASCAP, and CSAC, so you can get paid that royalty for performing. That's very important. You know what I mean? So it's so much. And no, a PR is not your manager. A PR is not your booking agent. A PR does just what it say: public relations, branding, marketing, and publicity. And your manager is not your angel investor or your hedge fund group. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Get y'all a hustle, man. I be telling a lot of independent artists, man, be like, man, like how you. Let me answer this, because a lot of this what I get from a lot of people who know me, like, man, like you checking the bag for real, how you check it. Yo, before I check any bag on music, understand that I have a hustle outside of music. Like, I had to get the bag first to invest in my own music, then start checking the bag off the music. I don't know if y'all thought I was just making dope music and the music just checked my bag one day and then I just glowed up. It didn't happen for me like that. I wish it did. It didn't. Like, I had to stack my bread and then start investing in myself, man. Like, so, man, if you got to get a job, go get one. If you're an independent artist, you got to fund your dream, because ain't nobody going to do it for you. And asking people to give you a handout on a dream that's your dream sound, stupid to me. For lack of a better way to put it, that's stupid. It's your dream. I don't know why you think somebody else supposed to fund it. And that go for your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever. Like, I mean, what I look like looking over at somebody who, even if they lay next to you, they ain't supposed to fund your dream. Like, I don't believe that. Like, I believe you got to make a way for yourself, man. Like, so,
right.
You got to make that decent again. That used to be all right. Like, I don't know why people start thinking that was lame or whatever, but You better find a hustle or something to fund your dream. 100.
Seriously, like
It costs.
It costs, and there's you know, we all pay homage when we start our careers, and when we figure out what we want to do, or where we start to navigate to.
Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt you. What'd you eat?
Cheese.
And you didn't even say nothing. See, I'm about to go to the refrigerator. I'm in the crib too. I'm about to go to the refrigerator.
You can go get your drink.
You making cheese look good.
Mom
You got me hungry.
Mom just full on this live. Mom just full on this live, Jay. Mom just full, man. Like she had somebody praying you in a cookout.
I'm trying to tell you, she hitting it like she hit the tip on you. Like I'm trying to. So what I was saying.
I told y'all this winding down late night conversation. Ain't no telling what's gonna go on here. And I'm saying, okay, everything if I chew with my mouth closed, ain't nobody gonna know. So these people, I don't know why I'm saying that. This is really what's funny to me. We all pay homage when we get out here. We all do something for free. We play for free. We've all done that. If you coming up behind us, you're gonna have to do it too. We all had to do it. It's what it is.
Yep.
Shit get real when you get EIN numbers. When you start getting LLC, social proprietorships, nonprofit organizations, and LLCs, or whatever else it is you do, and you start putting your money behind yourself, and at that moment that I still have to work this 9 to 5, when you get that vision board, however men do it, I'm not for sure if you guys do it like us ladies, but we cutting things out and gluing things up or writing things, and so we can see it. And you see that 5-year mark, and then at that 3 years, you start seeing what happened in those other years, and it's really starting to happen and navigate. And things are real like this. At that moment that I have to work this 9 to 5, whether I got to work the night shift, get off in the day shift, go to the studio and pay for the studio this long, work in here this long. Things are strategic. People all, and then if you don't, and just being real, everybody don't have a 9 to 5, but if you're hustling, if you're doing your thing in the streets, whatever it is that you do, that your mind state is everything, and it's got to be focused on what you're doing. You can't think that you're going to sit there and go get a benevolence fund from the church on Sunday and drop it on the beat. That's not, you can do that now. But it's not going to last a long time. It's not we said we keeping it real, right? This is what we keep it real. Let me keep it real with y'all. Let me come a little closer. Nobody cares. In case y'all didn't know, to every independent artist, anybody outside of your door does not care. They don't care. They don't care about your dream, bro. Like even your family. They don't go to bed with you. They don't go to bed with you. They don't wake up with you. Nobody cares. You gotta attack it like that. That's how I see it. In my mind, it's gonna be Big Mama or somebody, and then that care is a loving. Oh baby. Big Mama might care a little bit because she loves you.
Big Mama gonna listen to it. She might not even like your music though. She might not. She just love you so much. She gonna tell you that's all right, baby. You keep going,
my
baby. Right. That's an unconditional love. But when I say nobody care, man, I ain't trying to poo poo on nobody, man. I like giving people the real, man. Just
it's so
approach
real.
it as it's just you, and you'll be straight. Approach it as it's just you.
And thoughts create reality. This is one thing that I've learned. Whether it's the spiritual realm, whether we're talking about the biblical realm, whatever religion, whoever believes in whatever, we want to talk. We want to talk about, thoughts create reality. My father told me one thing, and he said, "Be careful what you say because you speak things into existence." And we hear that, and we tend to forget that sometimes. And I used to just say stuff. I don't know. I still do probably sometimes, but he told me one day, Jesus and God said, "Let there be light," and there was. as I got older and my life began to change, I started really focusing on the things that I chose to say out of my mouth. And I know that my mouth is a weapon and it can cut through bone and marrow. And that's a true story. So when you have hopes, when you have dreams, I've also listened to Denzel Washington. And he said one thing that he's never seen is a U-Haul behind a hearse. So whatever it is that you get, when you make it, when you get to your dream, you can't take it with you. So spend it wisely is what that meant. I thought about that. He said, that is true. No, I've never seen the U-Haul behind a hearse. But if you do not put any action behind your dream, it's just a dream. It's hard work. Like, you guys are working hard. Like, I don't think people understand what that means when they say, what the Grammys and, thank you such and such, Nicki Minaj, thank you everybody for all the hard work. Like, y'all don't understand what hard work is unless you put in some hard work.
For real.
And hard work is exhaustion. Hard work is can't sleep because it's on your mind still. Hard work is the inability to focus because you meditating on how you gonna make this happen, but you over here working, doing a job, and you can't stop moving. And
I got some breaking news for y'all.
What happened?
What was that?
Will Smith just slapped the piss out of Chris Rock.
No. Time out.
Wait.
I don't know why we didn't open up the show with that. I saw that. By the way, I was watching it before that. He slapped him for real. Let's just
no.
I rewinded it. And then he said, I'm pretty sure I read the words right. It was keep my fucking wife's name out your mouth.
Yeah, so Chris Rock made a joke about Jada having alopecia. It's a disease. That's why she got her head cut off.
No. He said the G.I. Jane. He said you gonna make G.I. Jane too. I thought she shaved it on purpose though.
No, She been sick, bro.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, she been sick.
Damn, Jada.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was sick. I thought she was doing it just because it was her womanhood or something like. I thought that's what she had been posting.
She suffered with the disease. It's called alopecia.
Yeah, where your hair starts to fall out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
He slapped that man though. He slapped him. I rewinded it, and look, I was mad because they just went on. You can tell he was trying to focus and keep talking about moving forward and in the Grammys, but he had just got slapped. I'm like, why we not talking about? I don't want to hear about the Grammys no more. All I want to talk about is how Will Smith just slapped this other grown man in his mouth.
Where?
In front of
at the Oscars, on stage at the Oscars. He walked on stage
in front of 50 million people. in front of what, like 50 million people, right? In front of 50 million people, right?
Yeah. One.
Is this on the internet?
Change the whole climate
Nicole,
in the room.
You always miss everything, man.
Change the whole climate in the room.
What? Will? Not Will. That's my baby. Not Will with his crossed toes.
Why not? Why not?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I get all that. But see, I didn't even know that Jada was sick. So I'm going to assume that Chris Rock maybe didn't know that either. And I'd have put hands on Will. All the professionalism would have went out. We would have caught these paws, bro. I can't go. I can't. It wasn't even. And to be 100, it wasn't a bad joke. If you seen G.I. Jane, like if you seen G.I. Jane, like it wasn't a bad joke. He said he's gonna make G.I. Jane too. It wasn't a bad joke.
World. They sending stuff over. We acting like TMZ at this point. Thank you, boo. She done sent me the video.
Hey man, listen, man. Bro, all I know is this right here, man. Like, I know dudes right now that I don't care if it's a joke or not. You can't see nothing about their wife, bro. They're gonna give you that business.
I mean, they bag on everybody though. It's the Oscars. Like, I don't know. I thought it was a little over the top. Nah, I thought it was it's a lot of stuff you could have got mad about. This is a little over the top. You got a little sensitive right there.
Well, I mean, call it what you want to call it, man. Hey, bro.
He said,
Will slap the man. Will slap that man. That's all I know. All I know is Chris Rock is gonna be forever be known as you You the motherfucker that will slap. Forever.
He gotta wait. He gotta catch that fade outside. He gotta catch him outside. Like, yo, you gotta catch this fade, bro, outside, bro.
Listen,
Can't let that slide. You slap me in my mouth in front of the world. Like, the only way you can make this right, he gotta catch him outside. They gotta catch a fade. Like, one.
There's no possible way that he could have just like went crazy or tried to.
He slapped the sound out of the Oscars. Understand me? The sound went out. The sound went out for 10 seconds. He slapped the sound out of the Oscars. Like you, it was mouthing.
You crazy, bro? You crazy, man?
It was mouthing. I was like, that's wild. I said, man, watch. I was like, man, he just slapped his. He just hold on back. He just slapped him.
So he slapped him and then said what he said and then went back and sat down.
And you saw his mouth. He said, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." I was like, "Oh!" I said, "Big Will say I'm from Philly. We don't play like this."
Look, I think I like Will now.
He said he's from Philly, man.
He said, "I'm from Philly. Don't ever forget it."
Wow.
But on the other end, if I was Chris Rock, like I said, Will have caught these hands. Like
Chris Rock,
the strength. You might have been defending your wife. You might be in the right, but you ain't about to slap me. Like,
I don't think Chris Rock got no bang in him like that, though, bro.
I thought Chris Rock was. I guess Mr. Funny Man.
Right, Mr. Pookie.
He had no more jokes after that, though.
Philly.
He got real serious like that.
Watch Chris. But watch. Here's the hilarious part. Watch Chris Rock try to finish the rest of his talk. Finish announcing the award after. You ever seen somebody get slapped or punched in their mouth and they still gotta talk? They start trembling a little bit, like anyway. So you just slaps you in your mouth. Like,
where is it at? Ashley, I don't have it. I'm looking for it, honey. I can't.
It's easy. I'm sure it's probably got 1 million views by now. You can pull that right up.
Man, you should be able to find that like clockwork.
Yeah, you put it up on YouTube. That's a certified slap in the mouth.
Yo, man, hey, man, that's a certified. Lord Jesus, please help him.
He needs some milk.
Wow, this is interesting. This doesn't make any sense. Will Smith, it should be like breaking news.
Nicole, Ashley already put it in your messenger.
I don't see it right now. It's not coming through.
That's why.
Oh, if he hits Chris Rock, it's right there. Punches Chris Rock, hits Chris Rock. Wow, he smacked him where he did him like that. He moved his body
straight like that.
Come on, Nicole. What you think? A smack is like a pit. A smack is like open hand like this.
He did like say, hey, Ashley, he definitely sat down like, say something. say something. Run up and say something. I slap you and everybody with you. Like, I said, Will, wow.
Oh, man. Hey, Jay, let me tell you something, bro. I couldn't have seen that. They would have kicked me dead out of Oscars. I couldn't have seen that, bro. They would have put me out for joking and laughing so hard. They would have put me out, bro. Like, for real.
Look, I'd have been with you, though. I was like, so we gonna act like he slap you, Chris? You gonna act like you ain't just get slapped?
Oh, wow. He said, oh, wow. Will Smith is pissed.
I'd be like, Chris, man, what you gonna tell your wife?
I'm not wait. He divorced.
But he still got kids. Your kids seen that? Oh, man.
Yeah, what you now? That's really what's up. What you gonna tell your kids, Daddy? Why Will Smith slap you? Why Will Smith slap you in your mouth like that? It was a misunderstanding. Like, me and him, we cool though. You better. I ain't funny, cool.
Man,
I ain't funny, man.
We ain't never cool. And then, man. Like, bro, you gonna have to see me outside. I'm trying to tell you that now, bro.
That's what I said. Like, the only way Chris Rock can make it right, Will Smith got to catch that fade with him.
Every time you see me, you gonna have to fight me. I promise you that, bro. For real. Every time.
Are you sure about that Jada stuff though? You sure she said?
She rolled her eyes.
No, she rolled her eyes. She didn't like the joke, but I thought it was just because she thought it was distasteful. I ain't know nothing about.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next one where it says Will Smith is crying.
But my sister said that she suffered with that alopecia, and he's like, that's why she really think Will really got mad, bro.
I mean, she's sexy with her head bald too, though. Give it to her.
I mean, but people
did it like if you remember for her 50th birthday, I remember her posting something because I had seen like the little red table talk where she had her and her daughter shaved her head, and I thought it was for like women empowerment or something like that. And
I mean, but people been making jokes all over the internet. People been saying that Jada got everybody here looking like Tupac. I mean, they been making jokes about it. I mean, I'm just saying.
I thought he got a little overly sensitive. I didn't think it was that bad of a joke. All he said was like, "We looking forward to G.I. Jane too." Like, yo, like he ain't go too far south with it. He could have bagged him. He didn't go too far south. So to slap that man in his mouth. Yeah.
But I mean, are we? Didn't Jada give Will some type of look, and Will went up there and slapped that man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she probably applied that pressure.
Right.
She probably applied that pressure, like, else you take care of that, or I'm gonna take care of you later. Like, she probably applied that pressure. But again, thank God that it's people like Chris Rock in the world that could take them L's and keep moving. He's still gonna make his money. So shout out to Chris Rock, because had it been J Menace, and you come up and slap me in front of millions of people and my kids, you gotta catch this fade. Like,
I'm trying to tell you,
Oscars would have been over. Like,
yeah, facts. And then, man, I've been seeing Will crying on interviews forever, talking about Jada loved Tupac more than she loved him, and like, bro, like Will and Tyrese.
What was the thing for a year? We had a situation. What was it? Entanglement.
Yeah, entanglement. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Like,
is this the same woman that had an entanglement?
I don't know. We had an entanglement.
Like, man, hey, man, this is the same woman that August Alsina was killing.
You made it sound real bad. Oh, goddamn.
Hey, man, you better be careful. Will might be listening.
I got some for him. I beat that nigga to the seat, man. Man, don't play with me, bro. for real, man. Like, hey, Jay, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Can you imagine these people being in this limelight with all these beautiful people?
Nicole, but listen though, man.
For instance, you can pick a model out of anywhere. You can get anybody that you want, whenever you want. People all around you all the time, and you and your husband are going through something right now. We're walking past each other. We're not talking. We're angry. We're upset. Our son is wearing a dress. Our daughter's wearing pants. We're confused about the situation. We don't know where we went wrong.
Nicole, you doing too much.
We don't want them to be
type of people. Hey, Jay, all I'm saying, Jay, is this right here.
Jalen has polished his fingernails.
Jay,
I really didn't ask for this, and all I could get is red table talk. They had some issues going on.
Jay, this is all I'm saying right here, man. I'm going to say this one more time. Nicole, I'm going to say this one more time for the people in the back of the church. Look, man, Chris Rock ain't never touched your wife, but August Alsina was killing your wife, man. Killing her, boy.
Murder.
That's crazy.
Killing her.
So messed up. But he was probably killing somebody too. Because you remember in the beginning of their marriage, his baby mama lived.
You know what? Now that y'all talked about it, now y'all got me talking about this. How come he didn't slap August Alsina?
I don't know.
Because that's who you should be slapping. Because he had something to say after the red table talk. He was putting all types of stuff. I'd have slapped him.
Yeah,
you probably should put
hey, from what I hear, August Alsina might sing, but he ain't just no singer.
I know some people who know, buddy. They say he like that. They say
they say you play with him if you want to.
Oh, he got hands, huh?
Yeah, just like when Ray J slapped Fabulous in the mouth, slapped the shit out of him.
I don't know about that one either.
Ray J a gangster. Y'all need to stop playing.
Yeah, Ray J slapped Fabulous dead in his mouth, bro.
Yeah, Ray J a gangster.
So people around Hollywood just get slapped in the mouth, huh? That's the
Just
dream.
get punched on, kicked on.
See,
bowed down.
this why when we talked, I told you I keep people around me because I can't take that type of pressure. I can't take the pressure of me trying to announce something and probably reading the jokes that they wrote for me, and then you come up there and try to slap me. Oh
But
no!
what did he think he was doing?
I was
He
stunned. I
Man,
was
hey,
stunned.
man,
I
look,
was
man,
stunned Will's soul out of
He
his
was
chest,
walking
bro.
up there with his
Man.
arms like this, like the transform.
Keep a big clap, man.
He
He
was
had this
doing.
walk. He had the confident walk. And
Yeah,
hit it,
that
like
was
he
the
leaned
George
with it, but
Jefferson.
he leaned this way, came back, and whop, and then politely fixed his little tux and walked back to his seat, and then yelled out like keep my wife's name out your mother mouth.
Right. So my
Chris
thing
Rock
is,
was
Th-
sitting there with
came up
his
here,
Yo,
lip
man.
trembling.
That's some real gangster shit, bro. That's some real
and then he
gangster
got
shit, bro.
up and he
For real,
walked
for real,
up there,
bro.
Chris, you didn't move. What did he think he was gonna do? You didn't duck. You didn't.
I don't
dive.
think I don't think he thought he was gonna hit him. I think he was thought he was gonna come up there and be funny, like, come on, man, like Will won with none of it. He was like, nah, I ain't come here for that. He's like, you know who I am. I'm Will
Bro,
Smith.
listen. Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna tell
They
you.
told him that August Alstina was really tough and she liked the thug in him.
I watch sports a lot, right, Jay? So when I watch Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless tomorrow, Shannon Sharp gonna have that on there, bro. I promise you that.
Oh, it's going viral.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah, they gonna talk. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Chris Rock gonna have to make some jokes about this to go away.
Will Smith over 50 too. That was that over 50 smack. You know that old people fight slow.
And Nicole, listen to this.
He ain't had no lotion on his hand either. He gave him a dry palm, a dry open palm slap, right?
It sounded like it hit him in his jaw. You know, Chris ain't got no fat on his body. He's just all skin and bone. Sound like he hit that skeleton. What the fuck was that noise?
And you know that Dave Chappelle gonna make a hell of a joke about this.
Oh my god, bro.
We gonna get in trouble. This gonna go viral.
You might have to say this the rest of 2022. All right, keep playing with me, man. I'm gonna slap you like Will did Chris Rock up in there.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna give you that big Will slap.
You gonna take that?
Boy.
And then come back and say Will's pissed. That's all he said. Oh, Will's mad. Why you still standing there, nigga? You should have been running around in a circle like you did on New Jack.
I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have been able. At least if I wasn't gonna do nothing, then I wouldn't have been able to announce. I would have told everybody, "Hey, look, I ain't gonna be able to finish saying what y'all need me to say. I'm gonna go back here. Will, as soon as I see you, it's on site. All right, y'all. Like, it's on site. As soon as I see you, it's on site."
But he's a lot smaller than Will. I don't think he want no smoke.
Man, a lot smaller. Put it this way. Even if he lost, if Chris Rock would have hit him in his mouth, what would we talk about more? The fact that Will Smith probably stumped Chris Rock out because he probably twice his size, stumped him out, or the fact that Chris Rock hit him directly in his mouth. I'm talking about the fact that Chris Rock hit him in his mouth. I like the underdogs that got hard. I was like, yeah, you beat him. You beat him down.
Microphone, you had a microphone in your hand. Why you ain't just swinging? He was coming around. Y'all could have collided. It could have went down like that and then beat up with. I don't know what happened. This is crazy, but
he ain't never been. You can tell that's a man that ain't never been slapped in his mouth before.
This is it. In his ass, like he was still standing there, like what the fuck. When I seen him coming up the steps like that, stomping like Oprah on Color Purple. I'm walking down the thing when she was like, "You told her 40." What the fuck is wrong with you? You mad? Will, it's a joke, bro. Calm down. We at the Oscars. You had too much to drink. I told y'all not to get that nigga that stuff back there. Y'all know they be drinking back there.
Again, the fact that he slapped the sound out of the Oscars.
That sound like sound like
he had the white people scared out of their mind. Like,
that was that repercussion, you know, on the beat machine when you hit that one white button on the bottom, like doom. He hit him like that. What the fuck is wrong with you, Will? You crazy?
Yeah, that's why Will wild out on that one.
Baby, what is it? Why did you do that to me? She just was like, August just, he got a little hood in him. Will he was stuck up for me, Will. He wasn't scared of you, Will. And now Will walking around here. Everything but a gun.
Man, Jada just trying to find her another Tupac, and Will win it. That's all. You know.
Well, he Tupac now. He said you need a thug. Watch this. I'm about to go slap.
I bet he wouldn't have smacked Pac like that.
I'm about to go slap this nigga in his mouth.
Wouldn't have smacked Pac like that. And he said for a long time he was jealous of Tupac and her relationship. Because they were so.
Well, man, she tried to play like they were just friends. She was madly in love with this nigga. So, I mean,
I didn't know that they was in love. I thought they was just really close.
Shit, the devil's a lie. The truth ain't in his tongue. She loved that nigga.
They was real tight, and
yeah,
my fault, y'all. We didn't spend probably the last 10, 12 minutes talking about Chris Rock getting smacked.
Hey man, I just had to bring it up, bro. Like when my sister said, "Man, come here for a minute," she was like, "Man."
I thought we was gonna talk about it sooner, but I had seen it already when I first got on. I seen it before we got on the call. It happened way earlier, but that was wild.
I haven't seen nothing. I haven't seen anything. I've been working.
Hey man, listen. I know Chris Rock felt like Miss Seeley.
He almost looked like that old man that's on Color Purple. The daddy used to be like, no, that don't look like no mule kick.
Man, Chris Rock is the kid that got beat up in school, and then everybody asking him, "Is he okay? Are you all right?" But like, what? Why he do you like that?
What happened?
And you just gotta walk around like this all day.
Because I guess it's true. With the show, everybody hates Chris, and now we know Will do too.
Everybody hates Chris. That's funny. Chris Rock was in that damn room with them people with their shirts off. Talk about 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. On New Jack City. What you got in them titties, bitch?
Pookie boy. Pookie boy.
Just keep calling me. Keep calling me, man.
He was like, let me get a sip for a dime. He was real funny. Like,
man, listen, man.
We love you.
Chris Rock, man, like I just don't know if I can ever watch him do any stand-up anymore, man.
I didn't want to say it, man, but now that you saying that, I was like, man, I'm never gonna look at him the same. The first thing, I watch his stand-up still, but the first thing I'm gonna think about, I'm gonna pause anything he is like, you remember when Will slapped that nigga in his mouth? You remember that?
You have to take that with him in order for him to, reel the people back in. Because people lost some respect for him for that.
What now? You know what you do? You Jamie Foxx that thing. Like, I don't know if everybody remember this, but LL knocked Jamie Foxx out. Like when they was doing Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, he did.
And so what he did was he did a stand-up and he just talked about it. Like, and I think he went away after that. Like now it's just funny. I was like, so maybe Chris Rock can make a joke out of this.
So man, listen, man, it's been a lot of people get slapped. It's like this is about what 2013, 14 down at Black Bike Week in Miami.
Ooh, when
Corrupt slapped Fat Joe over Foxy Brown, slapped the shit out of him.
You said over who?
Yeah, why you be catching all these people getting slapped, bro? Like, why you all the slaps? You know all the slaps in music history.
Listen, bro, they music industry, bro.
Say something about that music industry. I like Foxy Brown.
You remember 1992?
Yeah, bro. That music industry, man. I'm trying to. Hey, listen, bro. A lot. So, like, listen, bro. I was at a bar, right, and somebody called me, be like, "Bro, I'm about to send you this video. What you about to send me?" Man, Ray J just slapped the shit out of Fabba. And man, I'm trying to drink my cognac and smoke my cigar, man.
So we all know when anybody gets slapped in the world worth talking about, send it to Jacob.
You better believe it.
Look at this.
You better believe it.
Ashley. She said he is the investigator.
Oh my God! All right, well, let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and say it now before I get too big. Yeah. If any of you niggas ever put your hands on me, ever, I don't care where we at. We could be at the Oscars. We can be at a funeral. We can be at the line at the heavenly gates right before we at the gates. You put your hands on me, bro. It's up there. Right there. Right in and there. You ain't got to worry about security getting involved because before they touch you, I'm about to put these paws on you, bro. You ain't about to slap me. You about to slap me. Win or lose, we about to catch this fade. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. But man, listen, that's man. Crazy. Like Will couldn't even hold his composure, bro. Like he could have waited till they went backstage and slapped them. He could have seen them at the water fountain and slapped them. He could have slapped them in front of the cash bar. Like he just gonna slap the man in front of everybody, man.
He Kanye style. He went in the middle of his announcement.
Yeah, man.
They got you hashtag right now. They got you hashtag. They hashtagging you with them paws.
Listen,
everybody
man.
Silly. Look, man, we done been over an hour and a half. You done went way over time, kicking it with Winding Down Late Night Conversation. So you need to tell people to come here. We've been kicking it for an hour and a half. This is the place to be. This is the show. It's like the best place to be honest, tell the truth, what your hopes, dreams, and everything is all about. Man. Because it's not a person that has been on here that has not. We are an hour show. It has not been a person that has stepped on Winding Down that has not vibed with us for over an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half. Everybody comes that long. I'm bringing it up. Oh, damn. We had an hour and 45 minutes, man. We almost had 2 hours just having a good time. Letting people see who J Menace is. The world just seen who J Menace is. Personality, funny, rap, musician, artist, everything. You just put it down for the people. Now, if they don't ever see you like this again, if the next time they see you on the interview and you suited and booted with a tie on and a vest because you're going to the Oscars or you're going to the Grammys or Black Critics Awards or whatever, the realest time you ever probably gonna see J Menace is right here on Winding Down. He just let go. That's what's up. I told you.
In rare form. In rare form, man.
He's like, damn, did that really just happen? Yep, it really just happened. You just showed your true colors.
Listen, Jay, man. I want to thank you for. I want to thank you for coming on, Jay, man. Just
you get him every time.
100. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. Y'all know we got to get in tune again. We got to do it again.
Absolutely. We're going to do it again, man, real soon. We're going to see what happens. We're going to connect after this. We're going to connect tomorrow. I got some things I need to do, so we'll have to catch up tomorrow with some things. You guys, if you heard what I said, please inbox me, all dancers, all dance groups. I'm going to put a post out here in a few minutes. If you're from the South, wherever you're from, if you can get here, that's fine too. We need to know people by tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, no later than Tuesday afternoon. And we need to get you here so you guys can do some performance, please. Hot dancers, like not nasty dancers. We said hot dancers, real live,
real dancers.
Real dancers. Go in front of what do they call those people who pull numbers up? I can't think right now. Y'all got me laughing.
The judges.
Yeah, those people, the judges. Y'all, the people that go before the judges, and you get scored and all that good stuff. Those are the people that we're looking for. Please come out. These are paid gigs, y'all. We don't do nothing for free. We put that on the table. And we love y'all. Have a good night. Salute you, brother.
Peace.
Good night. One more thing before we let y'all out. A Night to Purge available on all streaming platforms. Go out and get that if you haven't. Appreciate y'all for having me. Everybody guard your grill because niggas is out here getting slapped. And I don't want it to happen to none of y'all. But love. Like love.
Peace, man.
Later.
All right, later.
Later.